And it came to pass after these things that God tested Abraham and said to him, Abraham. And he said, Here I am. And he said, Take now your son, your only son Isaac, whom you love, and go into the land of Moriah, and offer him there for a burnt offering upon one of the mountains which I will tell you. And Abraham rose up early in the morning, and saddled his donkey, and took 2 of his young men with him, and Isaac his son. And he split the wood for the burnt offering, and rose up and went to the place of which God had told him. Then on the 3rd day Abraham lifted up his eyes, and saw the place afar off. And Abraham said to his young men, You stay here with the donkey, and I and the boy will go yonder and worship, and come again to you. And Abraham took the wood of the burnt offering, and laid it upon Isaac his son. And he took the firepot in his hand, and a knife. And they both went together. And Isaac spoke to Abraham his father, and said, My father. And he said, Here I am, my son. And he said, Behold the fire and the wood, but where is the lamb for a burnt offering? And Abraham said, My son, God will provide himself a lamb for a burnt offering. So they both went on together. And they came to the place of which God had told him. And Abraham built an altar there, and laid the wood in order. And he bound his son Isaac, and laid him on the wood upon the altar. And Abraham stretched out his hand, and took the knife to slay his son. And the angel of the Lord called to him from the heavens, and said, Abraham, Abraham. And he said, Here I am. And he said, Do not lay your hand upon the lad, nor do anything to him. For now I know that you fear God, seeing you have not withheld your son, your only son, from me. And Abraham lifted up his eyes and looked, and behold, behind him a ram was entangled in a thicket by its horns. And Abraham went and took the ram, and offered it up for a burnt offering instead of his son. And Abraham called the name of that place, The Lord will provide, so that it is said until this day, In the mount of the Lord it will be provided. And the angel of the Lord called to Abraham out of heaven the 2nd time, and said, By myself have I sworn, says the Lord, because you have done this thing, and have not withheld your son, your only son, that in blessing I will bless you, and in multiplying I will multiply your seed like the stars of the heavens, and as the sand which is upon the seashore. And your seed shall possess the gate of his enemies. And in your seed shall all the nations of the earth be blessed, because you have obeyed my voice. Abraham returned to his young men, and they rose up and went together to Beersheba. And Abraham lived at Beersheba. And it came to pass after these things that it was told Abraham, saying, Behold Milcah, she also has borne children to your brother Nahor, Huz his firstborn, and Buz his brother, and Kemuel the father of Aram, and Chesed, and Hazo, and Pildash, and Jidlaph, and Bethuel. And Bethuel begat Rebekah. These 8 Milcah bore to Nahor, Abraham's brother. And his concubine, named Reumah, she also bore Tebah, and Gaham, and Thahash, and Maachah.